Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners. Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Hi everybody, my name is Ruth Soltman and this is the Transformational Soul. I'm really happy to be back with you again this week. Hi Richard, nice to see you here. I just wanted to, give a shout out to everyone who is so supportive and everything with this show. I appreciate you guys very much. Now before the show, like I usually do, I drew a few cards for the collective. And the first card I drew was from the Archangel Oracle deck. And this is the outdoor card. And, this is just a beautiful reminder from Archangel Jophio to spend some time in nature. Nature re-energizes us. It rejuvenates us. And it's a great stress reliever. And, there's so much energy when you're in nature. And it's really awesome when you can tap into that energy because it's got so many healing benefits for you. So I thought that was a great reminder from the angels to enjoy the outdoors a little bit more. Hi, Thomas. Glad you could make it. And I drew another card that is from the new deck that I got, the Kyle Gray Angel Prayers. And this is a beautiful card. And it says, count your blessings. And that's something that we should do every day of our lives. It says, thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. And it's got a beautiful picture here of the angel writing down a list of their blessings. And, it's a good practice to get into when you get into bed at night, just to lay there and, collect your thoughts for the day and think about all the things that you're grateful for that day. A couple of years ago, I started on January 1st, and I would write something each day that I was grateful for, and I put it into this jar. And then at the end of the year, I'd look over all of them, and you don't realize how blessed you really are. It's not, doesn't have to be these great big monumental things in your life. Hi, Dr. Lauren. How are you? Glad you could be here. Every little thing, be grateful for. The sun shining today. Be grateful. I got up the other morning and went outside to have my coffee, and there was a choir or a symphony of birds that were singing to me. And, there was a time in my life when I wouldn't have even noticed. But, I do notice things now. And I was really grateful for that. It was just so lovely. And then it reminded me of how my mom used to love to go out in the mornings with her coffee, and she would listen to the birds talking, and she would have a conversation with them out loud. She loved the birds. So that was a really nice reminder for me about that too. And who knows, maybe she orchestrated that whole event. But I was really grateful. But we have things in our life every single day to be grateful for. And a good way to show our gratitude is to say thank you. Just when you get in bed, go over how your day went. And I'm grateful this happened. Thank you for that. And the more that you're grateful for, the more you will have to be grateful for. Because when you put that energy of gratitude and abundance out there into the universe, that's what the universe is going to match and bring back to you. And the third card that I pulled was from the Work Your Light deck by Rebecca Campbell. And this card is absolutely gorgeous. So much going on here. And it says, birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And, that's kind of what's going on right now, isn't it? It's not so much that we're dreaming it into being, we're making it happen. We are waking up. We are raising our vibrations. We are raising the vibrations of the entire collective. And we're not just sitting back thinking about doing it. This is what we're actually doing. And how do we do that? When we start to heal ourselves. Everything that we can heal inside of us raises our vibration a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. You know, pretty soon we're just going to be walking around like glow sticks because we're going to have our vibration so high. And that's a beautiful thing. But, you know, the more and more and more that we heal ourselves, that's what helps us so immensely to raise our vibration. And that, again, is the hard work. You know, you can say, well, I'm over that situation. But things are still going to come up in your life that's going to give you the same exact feelings that you had during that situation because you haven't healed it. You know, what about people that, you know, have a breakup in their relationship and they don't heal the things that caused that relationship to, you know, not stay going. And they immediately, you know, get into another relationship. They haven't given themselves time to heal from their broken relationship, I guess you could say. And when that happens, what are the chances that they're not going to take all that baggage into the new relationship? Of course they are. Anything that isn't healed is going to keep coming up over and over in your life, but it's going to look a little bit different each time. So it's really important to do the work. It is hard. I'm not going to kid you. It is really hard. It's hard to relive, you know, traumas and situations that just about, you know, did you in, you know, before in your life. It's not any fun at all. But when you do, the blessings and the gratitude is unbelievable. And you feel so free and light. And that's what it's going to take for all of us to help this process of everyone awakening and realizing who they truly are. You know, when you have all of those, I don't want to say mistakes because I don't believe in mistakes. I believe everything happens the way it's supposed to and happens for a reason. And it's all a learning process for us and a lesson. But sometimes, you know, we feel that way. And I completely forgot where I was going with that. Sorry. They just took me off in another direction. So let's see. We've got some people popping on here. Richard and Thomas and Lauren. And everybody's chatting with everybody. I love it. And Richard applied for a new job. That's exciting, Richard. I'm so happy for you. Now, I bet you that was a huge step outside of your comfort zone just to apply. Yay, I'm so happy for you. That is just so amazing. And I know from different things that you comment every week that you just keep stepping outside your comfort zone. And, you know, that's where all of the blessings lie. So I'm really excited for you, Richard. You know, I'll be sending you some positive energy to that situation. And I had said last week that I was going to, for the month of April, because it's my birthday month, I'm going to give away a reading and I'm going to give away an energy session every week in April. So that will be coming up a little bit later. And, you know, if you want a card, feel free to drop that in the comments. And I wanted to talk today a little bit about something that was coming to me all day about divine intervention. And in a way, I used to have a problem with that term, divine intervention. It's the intervention part, because I've always believed that the angels, you know, cannot intervene without your permission. After further thinking about this and everything, what I've come to realize for myself, that I believe they can intervene if you're in a situation that's like going to cause you harm or danger without you even asking. You know, if something's going to happen that could possibly cause your death and it's not your time, I believe they can. That's my own personal thought. You know, everybody, has their own thoughts and stuff on everything. So, but that's just mine. And some situations came to me. Oh, thank you so much, Richard, for your super sticker. That is awesome. Thank you very much. A couple of situations in my life came to me where I totally believe it was divine intervention that saved me from harm. And, in that split second when something happens, you don't always think to ask for help. I mean, it happens that fast that a lot of times, you don't even think about it. So I can recall when I was in my 20s, driving down the road. Now there's a car in front of me, a car behind me, a car at the side of me. I was in the left-hand lane. And there was cars coming, on the other side, oncoming traffic. And the car that was in the left lane was coming over into my lane. I had nowhere to go. And there's, in the human mind, let's say, there is no way feasible that this car did not hit me. But what it felt like, and I remember this clear as day. It was a really powerful experience for me. But I remember that car coming, and I could just see it was going to hit me. And all of a sudden, it was like an angel came over top of my car, engulfed me in its wings, and I was invisible because that car never swerved back. He was in my lane that whole time, but he never hit me. And like I was shaking after it happened. I'm like, oh my gosh, what just happened? And that's exactly what it felt like, was that I was just engulfed by an angel and made invisible. And, I don't know what happened, but that's what it felt like to me. And it was a very, very powerful situation. And, I've always known and believed in angels. I've always felt them around. I've always talked to them as far as I can remember. And I had another situation, which was sadly a driving one as well. And I was on a busy Houston freeway at 6 p.m. in the evening on a Friday. So I'm traveling down the road and there's lots of traffic. And all of a sudden something popped. I was in the right-hand lane and there was 4 lanes on each side of the freeway. And something popped and I had no control of the steering. My car went from that right lane all the way over all 4 lanes of traffic and landed perfectly on the left feeder. I mean, the left shoulder. And I mean, it couldn't have been parked more perfect if I would have put it there myself. And so I'm sitting there, and I had just moved to the Houston area, so didn't really know anyone in the area. And I called for a tow truck. And they tell me, I was sitting there, the traffic is going so fast and there's so much of it, it's just whizzing right by my car. And if a big vehicle would come by, I could feel it shake because I had a little car. And actually, I take that back. I had a bigger car then, but you could still feel it because the traffic was just going so fast. And I felt like it was a miracle enough that I managed to get off the road. My car wasn't blocking, any traffic or anything. Otherwise, they would have hit me. But it was parked perfectly on that left shoulder. So I called for a tow truck. And the guy's like, "Oh, we're really busy tonight, ma'am. It's going to be a while till someone can get out there." I'm like, "Oh, I really didn't want to sit in my car, on the freeway, but there was really nowhere for me to go." So I got off the phone with them. And just as I looked up, there's a tow truck in front of my car backing up towards me. I was speechless. Don't really know where he ever came from, but it wasn't the people that I called. And, then everything, of course, worked out. But I felt like that was, divine intervention leading me across all of that traffic without a scratch on me or my car. So I would really like to know, can you think of some different situations in your life where you felt like that, where you felt like, it was a miracle or was a divine intervention, that maybe saved your life or kept you from harm? So just let me know, drop it in the comments there. if you can think of some of those times, and you know, I would love to hear about it. Richard said it's a leadership role. That's so exciting. Dr. Love says, Richard, all will be very grateful for your kindness, support, and leadership. Lucky them. That is so awesome. Very excited for you, Richard. Let's see. So if anybody would like a card, you know, please let me know. And also, I know there's quite a few of you out there watching that aren't saying anything. And, you know, you're not required to comment or anything, but I would love to know that you're here. So if you might want to just drop a hi or, you know, whatever in the chat box there, or the comment box, that would be so awesome. Because I really don't know that you're here. I should put it this way. I know that you're here, but I can't see that you're here unless you know, make a comment. I would also like to remind everyone that we do have the super chat, super stickers available on YouTube. But you have to be logged in, and it has to be during the show. And we also have a Venmo donation that you can make through Facebook, and that's during the live show or afterwards. It can be during the replay. So that's one thing that's different than the YouTube. So thank you, you know, to all who are moved to donate. Your donations are very much appreciated. And while I'm on that subject, I have some thank yous. And my first thank you is going to be to Lynn Henham. Sorry, I always mispronounce it. I apologize. For her generous PayPal donation that I received this morning. And I also want to say thank you to IC Dr. Lauren Love, all of the ICU nurses and technicians in the greater Boston area for their generosity in supporting this show for the month of April. And as a matter of fact, they have supported all of the Goldylocks shows, sponsored. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. They have sponsored all of the Goldylocks shows for this month. So we are very grateful. Thank you very much. Now, I also want to just thank everyone that is here. You know, you're being very supportive. Thank you to those who like and share the show. You know, that is greatly appreciated. So just know that how much you are appreciated. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my first giveaway. And we're going to make this easy. It's going to be a number from 1 to 20. The first person that picks the number correctly will get either the reading or the energy session. You can pick. Dr. Lauren says, we appreciate you. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you too. Robin McGuire is here. Hello, all. I will listen while I drive. Awesome, Robin. I'm so happy to see you here. Thomas says 13. Nope, not 13. Uh-oh. Something just happened to my comments. Let's see. Oh, there we go. They're back. Oh, we got a bunch of numbers here. Now let's see. 13, 3, 18, 16. Nope. I'll give you guys a clue. It's an odd number. So I'll give you that much. And I'll see what we come up with here. Thomas, 19. Nope, it's not 19. But you guys are really narrowing it down because it's between 1 and 20, and it's an odd number. You've already picked 1, 2, 3, 4. Already picked 4 odd numbers. You guys are getting really close. All right, come on. One more. Richard Riddle, number 11. Hello, Richard. You are the winner. So did you want to go, did you want the reading or did you want the energy session? So just let me know. Thomas and Dr. Lauren both said 1. Well, you guys look, put your answers together and you got 11. That's funny. I know I do have a strange sense of humor sometimes. And I would also like to invite you, if you haven't, to pick up a copy of my book, Metamorphosis A Journey of the Soul. It's available on Amazon. And if you do read the book, if you have read it, please, please, please leave me a review. You can either leave it on Amazon or you can leave it on my book page, which is a Facebook page, Metamorphosis, A Journey of the Soul. So you can just type that on Facebook and, it'll bring it up for you. So how's everyone been doing lately? I've had a lot of energy around me, especially today. It's very intense. It's very good energy. It feels very good. So last week we did that little exercise for the intuition, and we're going to do that for the next one as well. Okay, Richard wants the energy. Awesome. So then we'll keep the reading for later. And I've been trying to be more mindful of how things work for me. I'm tuning in more, I guess you could say, because I'm recognizing the physical symptoms more now of an increase in energy, or when all my angels are around me. And I instantly now, before I would get these feelings and I'd be like, what is that? And then it took me a long time to realize what it is. And now I can immediately know that's what it is. So for everyone, everyone's bodies are going to react different to energy. For me, what happens is when the angels start coming in, I immediately get very, very warm. Sometimes I even sweat. It just like all of a sudden, I just intense heat. And then I feel it in my head. That's where I always feel energy. Anytime I've had readings when I was young, anytime I've had Reiki, anything, I always feel it right in my head. It's kind of like the energy just circulates up there and just stays there. So those are my first two signs. And then I just kind of know. So when I was a child, I used to see energy like outside. And it was beautiful when I would look up at the sky, and it didn't matter if it was a blue sky, if it was raining or cloudy. It did not matter if the sun was shining or not. I could see the energy. I didn't know that's what I was seeing when I was a child. And I didn't learn that until, I was probably in my 30s somewhere. And I took some kind of a self-development, intuitive development or something kind of class. And I was telling the woman who was running the class about it. And she said, that's energy you see. And the way I can describe it is back in the day when we didn't have cable TV, and at the end of the night, the TV channels would go offline, or whatever they called it then. They would be done broadcasting for the day. And you get all this stuff on the screen that we called it snow. That's what it looks like. Only for me, it's more of a clear, white, transparent color, if that makes sense. So I'm so used to seeing it outside all the time that a lot of times I forget. But when I sit there and I look, I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm like, oh, that is so cool. So a few years ago, after my mom passed away, and I was sleeping in the room where she had passed. And when I laid in bed, and it was all dark in the bedroom, there was no lights on anywhere. And as I would look up at the ceiling, I saw all this energy was so thick and dense up there. So I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can record this. So I tried, and it looked like all the fuzzies, which is exactly what I was seeing. And, several nights I would do that. And I guess I just, forgot about it after and didn't pursue it anymore. So the other night, I remembered this, and I thought, well, I'm gonna have my room dark tonight and see, if how the energy is in here. So yes, I can see it with the light on, but it's pretty intense with the light off. So I usually have my salt lamp on, and so I had that off because I wanted it to be totally dark. And I looked up at the ceiling, and the energy was absolutely amazing. I mean, I laid here for probably 2 hours just watching it. It looks like all these beautiful swirls swimming around, and there'll be like sparks that look like stars. Stars will shine up in the sky. And it was just so beautiful. So I thought I'd try to take a picture of this. And it didn't look as good through my camera. And I did it without a flash or anything. And then I sat up and I just started moving my camera around. What I caught on my camera, I have not seen before, but it was absolutely amazing. Orbs. I was only seeing like one pretty much at a time, but they weren't like most of the pictures of orbs that I've seen. Most of the ones I've seen are very circular and very transparent. This was very dense, and it was more, I want to say, oval or oblong shaped. And I know I did all of the everything to make sure it wasn't something else first. And I took probably, I don't know, maybe 50 either pictures or clips, videos that night. And I was just up like all night. Well, did the same thing the next night. I spent every night this week. And I will later on, once I can go through all of the stuff I have, I will post some pictures in that for you. Because it was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. It was white in the center. It looked like a big fluffy piece of cotton that you kind of stretched out to make oblong. And it was pretty thick and dense. And it just, there was like light around it. It would just fly around the room. And in some of the videos I have, I mean, the way it's flying around the room, it almost reminds me of the way a butterfly flies, spreading their wings. It was absolutely the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And another thing that I thought would be interesting was to take my voice activated recorder and see if it picks up anything. So as I'm listening to, I have to tell you the most interesting thing about the orbs. So I'm holding my phone up like this, and it's capturing them. I look around my phone, I see nothing. It only showed up in the video or picture. And then towards the end of last night, there were a ton of them. They were real small. And every time I would try to get them, on film or something, they would disappear from view. So I got the message that they didn't want to be seen. So I'm fine with that. I respect that. But what all of this brought to me was this message that, there is so much out there that we can't see with our eye, that we can't hear with our ears, but it's still there, and it's still very real. Think of all the things that are around you that your 5 physical senses, or I think it's 5, I don't know, can't experience. But imagine now, if we raise our vibration, and as we raise our vibration gets closer to these, higher dimensional beings and angels, maybe we can see them with our naked eye. I know there's a lot of people that do see spirits or angels with their physical eye. I think that would be really awesome. So I set up my recorder to get some audio. And I telepathically put some messages out there, calling in my angels and, to surround me and my whole team, which includes my angels, guides, and, ancestors. And they're in a circle around me, only letting in the highest vibrations of love and light. So as I said, telepathically, angels, are you here? I heard a message on the recording that said, we are here, or we're all here. Now, when I first listened to it, it's kind of like, bing, and it didn't make any sense. But I had to slow it down a little bit, but it was very clear to me that they were telling me they were here. And I got really excited about that because I haven't experienced that before. And the next day I took my recorder and I just sat down with it, and I said, angels, are you here? My name is Ruth, which I'm sure they already know that, but I'm just trying to make some conversation and hopefully getting them to say something so I could get it on my recorder. And to me, it sounded like they said, hi, Ruth. But that message wasn't as clear as the first one when they said, we are here. I mean, it sounded as clear to me as me talking. I let a couple people listen to it and they didn't hear anything. So I think that I just feel like it was a very clear message for me. But now what I wanted to stress to everyone is, who knows what's around you? Take some pictures with your phone. Pretty much everyone has a cell phone. Take some pictures in your room in the dark. See if anything shows up. Or like what I did is I put mine on video and just held my phone up. And they flew like into the area of my phone. Like some of them really wanted to be seen, I believe. And it was pretty darn exciting for me. So that's how my week has been. And I have felt so much more energy this week since, I've acknowledged them in that way. And I feel a whole lot of healing taking place. And it's just been a wonderful experience. So, when my kids were little, they used to see angels all the time. And, well, they used to see quite a lot of stuff. But I can just remember specifically, I was driving in the car and my two older ones telling me, there's an angel on that cloud up there. And they would both describe exactly what it looked like, to a T. And that's a beautiful thing. I'm sure that children do see a lot. I have a 3-month-old granddaughter. She's almost 4 months old, I think. December, January, February, yeah. She's almost 4 months old. And she just looks up and laughs at the air all the time. And I'm sure she can see orbs flying around, and she's surrounded by angels. And I don't doubt that my dad's there or my mom's there playing with her. And that's who she's giggling at. Every one of my grandchildren has, at one time or another, said my dad's name, not knowing who he was because he passed way before any of my grandchildren were born. And, some of them have recognized pictures of him and knew who it was, even though they never met him here on Earth. So, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot. And it's stuff that we can all, experience and all learn from. Let's see. Richard said, I felt energy flowing around me right now. That's awesome, Richard. There's such an increase in energy right now. And we're all being nudged and propelled forward to, become our authentic self, to get to the root of who we are, get back to the basics, take off our masks. And I don't mean medical ones. So many people have it like an image of themselves that they portray to other people, and that's not at all who they are. I saw an article that I just saw the caption of it. It was about the Queen Elizabeth's husband who died, and it said that the real guy was nothing like his like everyone perceived him to be, his social image or however it was worded. And I just thought that was so sad. I can't imagine pretending to be someone else or trying to act like someone else. Oh, Thomas, thank you so much for your super sticker. That is awesome. You know, I think about this a lot, like kids in school and stuff, and sometimes they don't really yet know who they are. They haven't formed that foundation because they're young and they have a lot to experience. And then you get like the one or two kids that they think are cool and they get misled. And, you know, it's just because the poor kid doesn't know who they are yet. But I have seen this happen with adults too. So it's, you know, it's so important to live your life from that perspective of authenticity. It's so important to peel away those layers and get to the core of who you are. Because if you can't do that, how can you live an authentic life? How can you be real? You know, I'm sure we all know people who are very materialistic, and that's what they see as being successful, having lots of things or having, you know, tons and tons of money. And that's, you know, what's the main important thing to them. The more money they have, the better of a person they feel that they are. But we all know that's not true. You know, what money does is you've heard that expression, how money changes people, or position and power changes people. But I believe what it really does is it just enhances who they were all along. So if you're really a wonderful person and a kind, giving person, and you have a good heart, and you all of a sudden, you know, hit the lottery, I don't think that's going to change you into a money hungry, materialistic person. I think it's just going to make you be more of yourself. You know, and what does that look like? You know, a kind, generous person are giving to others. You know, they just know. They just know. I can feel lots of energy swirling around here too, Richard. That's awesome. I am going to go ahead and do the second giveaway before I forget. And I'm going to give you a clue. It's going to be an item that I put in my hand. But here's the clue. It's now, I want you to just, like last time, just shout out the words that, you know, the first thing that comes to you. Because, you know, what you pick up is probably going to even surprise yourself. Because I know last week we had some good ones and people were really like guessing the color, guessing this about it, guessing that about it before the item was actually guessed. And that was pretty inspiring, and it's very intuitive of everyone. So the item that I have in my hand now, I just want you to focus on it. It's right here. And the clue that I'm going to give you is it's something that I mentioned on the show. I'm pretty sure it was last week. But it's an item that fits in the palm of my hand. Hi, Sarah. I'm so happy that you're here. Hey, Sarah, guess what I have in my hand? I want you guys to just say the first word that comes to mind, whether it be a color, a word, a number. Obviously, it would be a word. A number, a letter, whatever comes. Just, you know, go with it. And we'll see how long it takes you guys this time. Last week, I thought it was pretty quick. And this will be for the free reading. And, you know, when you guys, you know, get one of the giveaways, please contact me. You know, I'm all over Facebook and everything, so it should be pretty easy. And you know, and then we'll go ahead and get something scheduled. So, and if anybody would like a card, just let me know. Sarah said it's a ring. No, ma'am. It's not a ring. Now, did you get specifically a circular ring? Robin says a crystal. Well, I will say it's a certain type of stone or crystal. And it's a very pretty color. And it was a necklace that I told you guys about that I recently got that has massive energy. I am going to go ahead and give that to you, Robin. Since it is a crystal, it is my moldavite necklace. It's green, pretty green. So, Robin, that reading is for you. So you just contact me, and you know, we'll set up a time and everything for that. So, Richard, I'm going to go ahead and give you a card. Let's see what the angels want you to know today, Richard. You see lots of changes in your future, huh? And where are they coming from, Richard? You are doing the work. Just like that one card earlier that I pulled for everyone that said, birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. But we are doing way more than dream. Way more. We are getting it done. You know, what does it look like? What does the world that you want to live in look like? Angel therapy. This says, Archangel Raphael, give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take care of your burdens. Well, Richard, I instantly felt like this was referring to you worrying about getting this new job, this new position that you've applied for. So I just ask the angels for help and don't worry about it at all. Worrying is very negative. It doesn't do anything good. All it does is take away from you living in the moment. And it's important living in the moment. So keep that in mind. You know, well, I'll send you some positive energy. Sarah would love a card. Okay, Sarah. Sarah has beloved one. And aren't you a beloved one? Sarah, this is Archangel Samuel. I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. Now, I have to tell you that when I turn this over, there's another one stuck with it. So I'm going to give you that one too. And it says comfort. And it's Archangel Azrael. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. So I feel like the angels just want to remind you how they are there for you. You know, they are there no matter what you need. Something small, something big. They are always there to help you. That's the message that I'm hearing for you. And the angels are amazing. And when you can feel the energy of the angels, like when I took that Angelic Reiki class, they do like the attunements that you get are from the Angelic Kingdom of Light. They're given to you directly by the angels. And let me tell you, that is some intense energy, the most beautiful, loving energy. And we can tap into that anytime we want to. So keep that in mind. You know, they're always there for you. And who knows, go in your room tonight in the dark and maybe you'll even get to capture something like what I did. It would be pretty cool. Let's see. Sarah. Robin says, I first thought necklace, but driving and said crystal. Thank you so much. I love you. I love you too, Robin. And I'm pretty excited. Excited to work with you. Sarah said, thank you. Reiki attunement energy is amazing. It is. It really is amazing. And, you know, many years ago, I took a course at my local college to be a massage therapist. And during the course of my study, we did a lot of energy healing. We learned about Reiki. We learned about polarity therapy. We learned about healing touch. I mean, there's a multitude of them. And they all are very beneficial. They're all healing energy, but they all feel different. They all feel differently. And the amazing thing about like the Reiki energy and the other energies, they go to, your body is so smart and the energy is so intelligent. It knows where to go to do what it needs to do. And, you know, you can feel the effects of that for weeks. When I first took my first Reiki class I felt it for quite a while. And it was doing a lot of healing for me, taking the class. And they always tell you to drink lots of water because you can get like flu-like symptoms as your body is, you know, purging a lot of stuff. And, you know, it sometimes brings up past memories that you had forgotten about. It brings up things that, you know, need to be healed. That kind of energy is pretty incredible. Hi, Devin. Nice to see you. Happy you're here. And let's see. Robin, I know you're driving, so I will go ahead and pull a card for you. Robin. And please drive safely. Robin, your card is from Archangel Sandalphon, gentleness. And the first feeling I got is this gentleness is towards yourself. Archangel Sandalphon says, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. I feel like sometimes you're not as gentle to yourself as you should be, that you know, you have so much love, Robin, and so many people love you, and you have so much love to give. And in your giving, I feel like sometimes you forget about yourself. And, you know, I think that's just normal. We get really busy doing for other people. And a lot of times we forget, you know, we got to think of ourselves first. So just make sure you're extra gentle with yourself. Show yourself a little bit more compassion. And the angels want me to remind you that they love you so much. And they are always with you, wrapping their beautiful wings around you so that you can feel the warmth of their love. And let's see. Hi, Joyce. I'm so glad you could be here. So if anybody else would like a card, please let me know. This is still the Archangel Oracle cards. And, oh, Joyce, that's okay. You don't have to apologize. I'm happy you're here. Very grateful. Very grateful for every single one of you showing up, commenting, you know, sharing the show with others. You guys are amazing. So, Thomas, I'll get you a card. Let's see what the angels have for Thomas. And if I miss anyone, please let me know. Because sometimes when the comment box moves, it's easy to miss a comment or two. Let's see, Thomas. So, Thomas, your card is clear your space. And this is Archangel Jophio. And Archangel Jophio says, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. Getting rid of the clutter is important. And it doesn't necessarily have to be physical clutter. It can be emotional clutter. It can be spiritual clutter. Anything that no longer serves you is what you need to declutter. It may be your workspace. It may be your vehicle. It may just well be different habits or different ways of thinking. You know, maybe your mind is all cluttered with negative thoughts. So you need to get rid of those so you can replace them with positive ones. And, you know, that's the same for anybody. That's the same for anybody. We can all do that. You know, every time if you start to think a negative thought, just immediately stop it and think of a positive one. Pretty soon you'll be just thinking of the positive ones and the negative ones will stop coming to you. You know, we can't always control they say we have so many, like 60 or 80,000, I think I read before, thoughts in our head that pop into our head per day. And they can now be kind, positive thoughts. You have to train them. The instant you start to think a negative thought, just wish it away and send it loving energy and tell it to go bye-bye. And it will. And you just have to replace it with positive ones. I've noticed again still, this is still happening, a lot of heart chakra energy. And I know that that's been going on for me for quite a couple of weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks. And I just feel like my heart chakra is expanding and maybe clearing out a little bit of clutter. And the angels have been helping me a lot with that. And, you know, it's just been amazing. Okay, let's see. Joyce. I need a card for Joyce. Oh, Joyce. Thomas says, thank you for that. I definitely could get rid of some emotional clutter caused by my job. I'll work on it. That's awesome. Yeah, and you know, once we get rid of that clutter, we feel so much lighter. I mean, I know just like, you know, if you have stuff laying around at home, clutter here, clutter there, once you clean it up, I mean, the energy feels so much different. When stuff is stuck in the way, you know, the energy becomes stagnant and it can't move around. So you want to get rid of that. Okay, and Robin said the message was spot on for me. Thank you so much. You are so welcome, Robin. Okay, so I'm going to give a card for Joyce. What would the angels like Joyce to know? Oh, look at this, Joyce. How perfect. You got the counselor card. And this is Archangel Azrael. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So, Joyce, there are so many people that can benefit from what you know. You know, I feel like you're the kind of person that when you're standing in the line at the grocery store, you know, people start telling you their problems. Because I've always had that happen to me. And I always feel like it's because you're open. People can sense that energy about you. That you have a nurturing, mothering, maybe, kind of energy. And people react to that. People can feel that, even though they don't know that's what they're feeling. But they'd be very drawn to that if they're in the situation where, you know, they need someone to talk to or, you know, they just want to unload on someone. I've been in many store lines where I've heard someone's entire life story in 5 minutes, and it never ceases to amaze me. I just think it's so cool, but at the same time, like I could never see myself doing that. Just telling them, like I've had people tell me like their deepest, darkest secrets, people that I don't even know, and I don't know. It just always amazes me when people do that. But, you know, I think sometimes people are looking for, you know, just a kind ear. You know, there's a lot of people in this world that don't have someone they can turn to. They don't have someone they can go to with their problems or concerns. And when they come in contact with that feeling of that kind of energy, I think they just gravitate right towards it. And I think that's the kind of, I feel like that's the kind of energy that you emit, Joyce, you know. And in the process of helping them through their situations and helping them to heal, you're also helping yourself to heal. And sometimes you may be really stepping outside of your comfort zone with, you know, some of the requests that you get, but that's where you're going to even feel more blessings. There'll be so many more. You know, once you step outside your comfort zone and do something that is so way beyond what you're comfortable with, the blessings just flow. They really do. Joyce says, spot on, especially lately. Thank you. You're an angel. Well, you're welcome, Joyce, and thank you so much. You're an angel too. You know, it's such an amazing journey that we're on. And it's amazing that we're all here together. And, you know, I think it's such a beautiful thing that we're all in each other's orbits, that we're all on the same path together. And, you know, I love every week when people start showing up and signing on. And you guys are like talking to each other. You're greeting each other. And it's just so beautiful. See, we really are a wonderful spiritual family here. And I can tell you guys all feel that because of how you react to each other. Devin. Telling strangers your life story is definitely a way of clearing the clutter. That's very true. Would you like a card, Devin? Robin says, when spirit goes through me, I go woo really loud, like a Tourette syndrome. I freak people out. It was happening while I drive. Well, you know, sometimes you feel it so abruptly that happens. I totally get you with that one. That's pretty funny. That usually happens to me when I'm at home. Or like when I feel the really intense energy, I'll just be, and then my son's always asking me what's the matter. Nothing's wrong. I'm just trying to, you know, get it to move around a little bit, absorb it all so it's not all stuck in one place. Okay, Devin, you are safe. And this is Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is just an absolutely awesome, amazing person. Oh, amazing angel, I'm sorry. Archangel Michael says that I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. And that's exactly what Archangel Michael does. He protects us. You know, every morning I talk to him and I ask for his protection for me and my family and my loved ones. And, you know, when you picture Archangel Michael with his big wings and his sword of protection, he's just absolutely amazing. And it's so awesome that you got a message from him, Devin. He wants you to know that you're protected. I know you are, but he wants you to be reminded that you're always protected by him and the other angels. But I see him right up there in the front, right in the forefront, leading your team of angels. And all of your loved ones are safe. And, you know, you can ask him every day just for, you know, that extra protection, or just thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting me and my loved ones. And it's done. One other thing that just came to me too that I wanted to add about when we were talking about feeling the energy in a room. Think about this. When you walk into a room after maybe someone has had an argument, you know that saying how the energy was so thick in there you could cut it with a knife? That's the energy that you're feeling. You're feeling the energy that was created from that situation. So you're all feeling energy. You may not have tapped into that's what it is yet, but you will. And once you do, you're going to feel it more and more and more. And, you know, that's just pretty exciting. So I just want to thank everybody for being here. And you guys have a really great week. And if you got one of the giveaways, please contact me so we can get that set up. And thank you so much for your support and your love. And I love you guys all so much. See you next week.
This month's broadcasting is sponsored by ICU Dr. Lauren Love, ICU nurses, technicians, and staff in the Boston area hospitals.